So much has happened in Tengah since it was announced as a new township. We're now seeing the first ever private residential that is going to be developed by Hong Leong, Guaco Land and CSE Land. This is Tengah Garden Residences. We are super excited to find out what's in store. Let's go meet our managing partner, Ken Loh. So Ken, we have been hearing about Punggol the last time and now it's super hot, right? Can I just check, any insights with Tengah?
So you are right, because Punggol was the last township that Singapore created. And of course it took many years for the whole Punggol to be completed. We are seeing a brand new township within Tengah itself. As you can recall, during Punggol, one of the first few private residential that came out was your Treasure Trove, followed by Water Town that integrated development. And then after that, that's where the rest of the ECs, BTOs all started forming around the area. And today, we have seen the success of this Punggol township being completed, because we are seeing one of the largest proportion of HDB upgraders in fact coming from Punggol. And they are sprouting with the profits they make within the new township into all parts of Singapore for private residential upgrading. And in fact, even till now, in the northeastern region, Punggol is one of the most popular and highly sought after area. So I think we're going to see a very similar trend within Tengah, because this is the next township that was announced. The only difference for Tengah township is that I think it will be completed a lot faster than what we saw in Punggol. We are seeing a lot of deliberate plans by the government to speed things up. So for example, they are uprooting a lot of primary schools
first, right?
Yeah, to plug and play into Tengah township itself.
So you think that would just basically speed things up, yeah?
Correct, because if you want young families to start moving into a new township, the primary schools are important. And what is even more important are schools that have already been established around areas. So 3 of the primary schools they have uprooted are your Pioneer Primary School, your Kranji Primary School, and the very famous ACS Barker. And they are even making it into a co-ed school so that they can cater to the both sexes of children. In the last 10 years of Tengah being announced, we have already seen roughly about 12,000 out of the planned 30,000 HDB flats in this township. The residents have already moved in to this area. So we are definitely seeing a lot faster progress than what we have seen in Punggol.
So Ken, thanks for the explanation. So after Punggol, right, why is Tengah the next big thing now? Why is it the next pot of gold?
So I've always spoken about how economic developments or growth areas are being supported by injection of large population. We know in the past 10, 15, 20 years, the government has been placing a lot of focus in the western part of Singapore. Of course, the first one being your Jurong Lake District as the second CBD in Singapore. Recent years, they have started announcing the Jurong Innovation District, which is one of Singapore's key growth area for the innovation sector. As we have these 2 key growth areas that are still in progress of completion, they created Tengah Township to inject this population inside with young families, growing families, to supply workforce into these 2 growth areas. So once Tengah is being formed, you can realize that it's a very nice ecosystem that we are seeing now with Jurong Innovation District Tengah and of course Jurong Lake District now here. So what we saw URA's plan was for these 2 areas to provide services and technology into a new township, car-like, and for Tengah in return to provide workforce into these 2 areas. And I think this is a very nice completion, which is why with such big economic growth area and the focal point of government, Tengah Township is necessary to make it successful. So that's why in the recent years there's been so much attraction into the Tengah area, because people feel safe and they know that their gains are almost guaranteed when you are beside 2 areas where government will be pumping in billions of dollars in the next 10, 15 years.
Right, and because of the track record of Punggol as well, I think there'll be more HDB upgraders that will be sprouting from here. So can you give us an overview of what has been happening with Tengah over the past few years? When we look at Tengah Garden Residences, why is it so special, the positioning of it? I mean, we are after all the first private residential coming. So tell us more.
So instead, I think it's very important to know the overview of the progress, because it was really interesting for me as well when I look at how much has progressed. And it is also important to know how the government has already mapped out the land use of the whole Tengah township. So over the years, we have seen mainly HDBs and ECs that have been introduced into Tengah. Tengah Garden Residences will be the first private residential in this whole township. If you look at this map, we are positioned in the corner of the township itself. Why is this position special? Because we are then the nearest to both JID on the corner, and then of course down towards the southern side, we are nearest towards your Jurong Lake District as well. well. So in fact, we will be the first in, first out within the whole Tengah township. And I think this is important because that is where your main economic drivers will be. So with the formation of your extension of the Jurong Canal Road, including a sky corridor, we will have seamless connectivity to these two growing areas. Of course, being the first private residential will also mean that we have the ultimate first mover advantage across the whole township. And it's not just a neighborhood, it's one whole township by itself.
Right.
Interestingly, we will also be the one and only residential with commercial on first story. We are the only one that is light pink in color, and that means commercial on the first level.
Yeah.
We are going to be self-sustainable with the shops at the bottom. At the same time, we have other mixed development plots, which we'll talk about it later. The next point is we are the one and only waterfront site that is next to an MRT station.
Right. I can see quite a fair bit of water body.
Right. So what we have here is actually Tengah Pond, and as we position ourselves here, you realize that we have the vantage view of the pond itself. There are other plots that will be facing water bodies like this and maybe this, but we are the only one that is next to the MRT station. So that is why the positioning is so strong. You are entering as one of the stronger plots, the more unique plots, but yet at the same time you are entering as one of the earliest plots.
Sure.
That's why the first mover advantage can be amplified in that sense, similar to what we have seen in the Lentor township.
Right.
So we have integrated plots that will be coming out. We don't know whether is it going to be HDB or private, but there's a very, very good chance it will be private. So if you look at this, these two plots will be integrated with a commercial component at the bottom, at the same time linking to Tengah MRT station. And why is this important for buyers into Tengah Garden Residences? Because you know that this town centre will eventually have two mixed or integrated plots, and looking at how the land prices have been going recently, there's a very, very good chance in future when they sell this plot, it may potentially go as high as up to 2005 to 2006. That's a wild guess, but if they are going to start selling at this price point at Tengah prices, you will definitely have a very big cooling effect on your entry price. And because of how the 12,000 residents have moved in, buyers would also like to know that the town has already been formed up very nicely because you have 12,000 households that are already living inside there. Buyers will be happy to know that they are not entering into a new township per se. It has already been established in a certain way. So if you look at where we are, other than the shops that we have, within a short walking distance, you have two mixed developments under HDB. So the first one is your Plantation Plaza. That's been in operation since 2024. There is more than 10,000 square meters with 5 levels of retail street with eateries and shops. And interestingly, 75 shops with Giant supermarket and Kofu food court. And beside it, if it's not enough, you have Park Point that has opened in March this year, integrated with a new polyclinic with a retail street, more than 40 shops across 16,000 square meters. If you don't like Giants, you have NTUC Fair Price. You don't like Kofu, you have Gourmet Paradise Food Court. So you have more than enough choices around. I feel that government has planned this so well that it's going to be a self-sustainable town, and it's going to look so complete that you have ample and maybe even way beyond what you need. So the future town centre that we talk about, the integrated plots, this is how URA envision it to become, where it will be a car light, it will be a marketplace, and definitely the price point will be a lot higher in this area. I also like how they have created greens around the whole Tengah township. Instead of a very old boring HDB neighborhood, they have created a future central park in the northern part of where Tengah is going to be, where there will be 20 hectares of green lung with an amphitheatre that will become the centerpiece. Other than that, you can see that we have different green lungs and green linear parks that are covering the entire Tengah on the southern side. So you have your forest corridor, you have your plantation farmway, and of course you have your garden farmway. You can see how complete this lifestyle is going to be. And on top of that, we also have a Sky Sports Park where you have a jogging track that looks very similar to a track, right? With fitness amenities and circuit training amenities. So with the Sky Sports Park, it will actually complete that living elements of whatever residents would require in the township.
So Ken, Tengah Garden Residences being in a new township and all that, right? We're very close to MRT station, but share with us a little bit more about the connectivity.
So Jurong is so large and of great importance to the government that they created an MRT line purely for Jurong. Right? Because of all the keynotes that are so important, we have Jurong Region Line. Tengah Garden Residences is located at doorstep to Hongkai MRT station. So through this Jurong Region Line that is slated to open by 2029, it will be in line with the TOP of Tengah Garden Residences. Residents will get to access directly to keynotes such as your Jurong Innovation District. It will go all the way to NTU. It will also then access your Jurong Lake District, linking to the Cross Island Line. And then of course, with the extension of Jurong Region Line, it will eventually head off and terminus at Kent Ridge area. So can you see that whole link of how the innovation drivers of One North and Jurong Innovation District is all being linked via this Jurong Region Line? So I think this line in future is going to be very important for the growth of Tengah itself. On top of that, currently there's only one entry point for residents to enter into PIE eastbound with the extension of your Jurong Canal Drive that will allow residents to access Jurong Lake District directly within 10 minutes. So that flyover will in future give the entry point for PIE westbound to residents in future. And I think the convenience is going to improve greatly over the years.
Okay. So Bala, Tengah Garden Residences being in a new township, we do have an MRT station almost right at our doorstep. Sounds like it's quite the best of both worlds. Maybe share this why you think it's so holistic.
Okay, so when I first thought Tengah Garden Residences, I felt that it's like a best of all worlds. Firstly, we have Hong Kah MRT station upcoming, part of your Jurong regional line. So that is connected via a sheltered walkway from the residential development. So it's seamless connectivity that brings you towards Jurong East area or down towards town. So that's in terms of connectivity. If you look at the surrounding vicinity, you have prime waterfront living, your upcoming Tengah Pond, and we are also surrounded by your green lungs, your green corridors, which leads you all the way towards your western part, which is where your Jurong Innovation District is. So in terms of experiential living, I feel residents of Tengah Garden Residences have so much to enjoy. Apart from that, you also have shops which are lined up on the first floor of the residential development. So you have F&B options, commercial shops. You also have your neighbouring clusters of HDB, which provides you your day-to-day amenities.
More amenities,
right? So you have supermarkets, you have hawker centres. So that is what we meant by the best of all worlds.
Right. And it's pretty holistic, like you mentioned.
Correct. So if you talk about schools, we have primary schools, secondary, you even have international colleges, which are all within the Tengah vicinity.
So I guess whether you're an own stayer or an investor, you kind of got it all covered as well.
Yes.
So Bala, maybe can let us understand a little bit more about the whole architect's idea. Like it feels very earthy and gardeny, you know. Was that on purpose?
Yes. So it was actually very carefully created by the architect. So if you look at the building structure itself, they have created these contours to make it a bit softer in terms of the outlook. And you can see the color tones, they are very earthy, very natural. So it blends in very well with the environment. And we have a total of 863 units made up of your 1 bedrooms all the way up to 5 bedrooms. So in terms of the view, we do have sky terraces which are located on the 10th floor or if not on the 16th floor on some of the blocks.
So Bala, I saw the facilities earlier and I think it's really quite something special, something quite new, little curvature pools and all that. Tell me what stands out for you.
So with more than 25,000 square meters of the land size, so we have different sections within the development. Of course, majority, you have your water bodies, your main pool, you have your children's play pool. So what's unique, I feel, for this development is they have elevated the children's play zone within a mezzanine level of level 1. So it's a dedicated corner. You have your children's clubhouse, you have your children's pool, you have playground. And then you have another canvas drawing area in the center of the development. Parents can still be sitting in the pavilion while the children are sketching and drawing on this canvas. So I thought that is something very unique and nice. So we have 3 sky terraces which acts as function rooms as well. On first floor, you have additionally another function room. So that's a total of 4 function rooms. And then of course you have your 10-story terraces which gives you a very good view towards the outside of the development. We have a tennis court which doubles up as a pickleball court. Not just one, we have another one which is dedicated for your paddleball court.
Another court as well?
Yes.
So 2 courts?
2 courts.
Okay.
So I thought that's something which stands out for Tengah Garden Residences.
Okay. So we're standing in now 1033 square feet. This is a 3-bedroom premium with yard. We have a total of 6 different layouts for this. Well, share us a little bit more about all the different layouts.
So some layouts comes with a yard household shelter, some doesn't. It's just your kitchen and you're out into your main living area. So I think another layout which is different from the rest would be the dumbbell concept for a 3-bedroom. So normally what we come across is 2-bedroom dumbbell, but for Tengah Gardens, for the 3-bedroom, one of the layouts, we do have a dumbbell concept. So another rare feature for this 3-bedroom with yard layout is you have a dedicated corner for your wardrobe. So you have your 3-panel walk-in closet which doesn't eat into your main master bedroom space. So another point to add on would be the natural ventilation which you have at this area. So you have natural lighting coming into your room on either sides. So for all your 3 bedrooms with yard and your 4 bedrooms will have this feature where you have your dedicated walk-in wardrobe.
So instead, after we have seen how large this growth story of Tengah is, I think Tengah Garden Residences will enjoy the real first mover advantage in this new township.
Yep, I can see why.
And the land price that they have bidded is very, very close to EC pricing. I don't think we will ever get to see this price point ever again. Where we did a simulation on the average pricing, even at the average price point on the quantum across all unit types, you will not find another new launch that is more affordable than Tengah. And it's backed by one of the largest growth area that Singapore is going to focus in for the next 10-15 years, beside the innovation driver. That's how beautiful this story is. On top of that, we have also seen very successful first mover advantage in the Lentor Enclave, where we saw Lentor Modern coming in as one of the first and the best private residential integrated with the mall and the MRT station, selling at an average of 2,002 per square foot at that point of time. And currently the latest, the 7th plot of Lentor Central beside Lentor Modern, has been bidded at an all-time high and expected to launch at 2005 to 2006 per square foot. And I think we are going to see very similar trend into Tengah, and I really think buyers who believe in this growth story, they should seize this opportunity, because once this launch is over, I don't think you'll get another product like this again.
Yeah, but that makes sense. So we look forward to seeing you here. Just to let you know, the preview will be happening from the 11th to the 21st of April. Ken's consumer seminar will be happening on the 20th of April, and of course our public booking day will be happening on the 25th of April. So do come by, check it out, contact your preferred SRI salesperson, and we look forward to seeing you here at Tengah Garden Residences. My name is Ainsley.
I'm Ken.
And we'll see you here. Bye-bye.
Bye.